What up, boys? Welcome to whatever the heck week this is. Intro music today is Lush Life. Zara Larsson, by the way. Big fan of her music. Never Forget You is one that she had. This is called Lush Life. Here are our standings. Pump for this show. So anyway, Zara Larsson, check her out. She's got some good stuff on the YouTube. Never Forget You is probably her most popular, famous song, if you will. But here are the standings, and a few weeks ago I suggested that I thought 11 teams were still alive, and it might be 12 now. It's probably 12 now, so my apologies to Danny and Ryan. You guys are up against me this week in a 3-6 matchup. Simple prediction, one of these 3-6 teams is going to get in the playoffs. I think a couple of these 4-5, maybe even 5-4 teams are going to fall. Shake and Bake, MAGA, and Luckbox. You guys are certainly going to be playoff teams, and we'll touch more on that here in a moment. But first, I would be remiss not to mention our generous sponsors, as always, almost always, the Tesler Adler Whalen Law Firm. They are bringing you lawyering at a higher level than the other guys. And I recommend them 100% wholeheartedly. What they can do for you, truly, they are making America great again. Butt Buddies and Juice Me Up, you guys don't really care. So just real quickly here, my worries, Jordan Howard. I believe Green Bay has the 29th or 30th run defense in the NFL. Also, Jordan Howard at home, I believe also off a bye. Kind of scared about that. Juju Smith-Schuster. Not loving the chemistry that he has with Big Ben. He's one who in that DFS, if you're into that action, I probably won't play him because I'm a donkey and he'll be 30%. But somebody to maybe consider there for you. Like where my team's at right now, I've made a bunch of trades. I think currently I'm rostering 3 players that I drafted, one of whom is a defense. Mighty Midgets and Antonio Brown's left ventricle. Frankly, I don't know what a ventricle is, and that's embarrassing, but I like Antonio Brown in this spot. Luke lost last week. He foolishly did not roster an entire team, and he was lectured. He was lectured about it. There were insults, but I like him this week against Adam's team, who just a combination of things, but mostly just poor quarterback play is really hurting Adam's team. I believe in week 2 or 3, I even suggested that he had one of the better teams in the league. I think I went as far to say he had the best running backs in the league, and look how the NFL landscape has changed since then, with injuries and Adams he's been really unlucky. But then again, he's 5-4, so he's a team who's finding a way to win. I just think that the upside of his team is not there right now. A lot of Green Bay stock, and Luke got Stefon Diggs back. Kind of interesting. Spent a bunch of money on Jared Goff. I like Antonio Brown's left ventricle, as well as every other part of Antonio Brown's anatomy this week, to take it down. Mr. Luckbox and Nathan Sucks These Nuts complimented Pat a lot this year, but this week he's going up against the landslide opponent that is Mr. Luckbox. And while I do think this beating will not be illegal in many countries, like what Adam did to Tyler a couple weeks ago, as I suggested would go down, Adam's team hasn't really hit its ceiling in a while, but if you notice, he still goes for about his projection right now, despite, as he says, a couple of his guys really taking a crap on him every week, it seems. And I don't think Adam loves where his team's at right now. I think he's hoping for Devonta Freeman to get on the right track, and Kareem Hunt as well. The strength of Adam's team, without a doubt, is his running backs, and he really needs them, and maybe not needs them. But it's going to be easier for him to win a League of Legends plus Jesse championship if he can have those running backs performing at a higher level. But I need to say this. I need to make a formal apology to Dak Prescott. I called him a bum on this very show, and he's been very, very good this year. He and LaShawn McCoy have led Nathan Sucks These Nuts to where they are. But Jordy Nelson, not really startable. I mean, it's very difficult to start anybody on Green Bay, and that sounds crazy, Jordy Nelson, but I wouldn't play him if I had another option. Looking at Adam's team, AP got 37 carries last week, I believe. Most carries he's gotten in his entire career. So, interesting there. Love Luckbox this week. As a human being, Adam a little overrated. but like his fantasy team very much. Injury bug and Make America Gronk again. You got to go with the Make America Gronk again, not just because they sponsor our show, but because Injury Bug is rostering Elijah McGuire, James White, John Brown, Delaney Walker, and Samaje Perine. Just not a good look, really. Make America Gronk again, though. Getting Leonard Fournette back in. He needs to be a little bit careful. Talk of him saying that he missed practice because he was partying the night before, skipping meetings. And just, that's something that Make America Gronk again needs to get on that disciplinarian and maybe use that lawyer ability to convince Leonard Fournette to stop committing these crimes against the team that has put all this faith in him, willing to give him the ball 30 times a game. Melvin Gordon and Keenan Allen in a tough matchup. Des Bryant, I'm guessing he doesn't play. But Gronk, making America Gronk again. Mark Ingram, the new little toy for Trampus's team there, traded from depth, acquired one of my running backs that I'm just shipping away. Like Make America Gronk again in this matchup, certainly. Moving right along this week, guys. And this is, I think this is a little bit of an elimination game, which sounds crazy. But I do think the loser of this match is in very, very difficult position. And that's without looking ahead with Simply Simple Victory's schedule. But this week he has basically his team on bye, which is Marshawn Lynch, Carson Wentz, with that Aguilar. Take that for what it's worth. But interesting, was drawn to my attention yesterday by our favorite lawyers that T.Y. Hilton is the number 4 receiver in the NFL, yet he has been over 4.9 fantasy points 3 times. I mean, it's just tough, and it's tough for Tyler because he's got to have T.Y. have those boom games, and they're coming about 30% of the time this year. So Todd Gurley's a stud. I mean, we all should have drafted Todd Gurley. I just don't know. Big Ben in a good matchup this week at Indianapolis. You just don't know if they need to score, if they're going to give the ball to Lev Bell every single play. By the way, Pittsburgh just running that dude into the ground. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Pittsburgh going forward into the future. This is a tough one. I definitely think that Michael's team should win this matchup, but his team has underperformed a lot. That said, I like both of these teams to move to 5-5 after this week, and I do like Hide Your Children, Michael Mitch, to take down Simply Simple this week. I just don't see it this week for Simply Simple, and it's not my lock of the week because we're going to get to that next in one of my favorite matchups in the history of this league. But I like Hide Your Children. I like where he's going right now, and I think this is a spot where he's going to take down the win. Yeah, we're back in action here. Have to apologize for the first time ever. I actually have a phone call. So can you please tell us who you are here?
Hi, this is Trampus. I'm calling. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Glad to be on the show today.
Wow, you know what? It's an honor to have you, Trampus. Totally surprised. I was not expecting this. We're just getting ready to actually break down the Lollipop Guild against Shake and Bake matchup. So. We got a lot of time on the show. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. Really, this is, to me, is the battle of Southern Comfort. You have Jesse, who I don't know if you know this, is my fraternity little brother, and then you have Jason, who is his fraternity little brother. So it's big brother versus little brother. They drank Southern Comfort as a thing in college. I think loser has to drink a pint of Southern Comfort in less than an hour. So it's going to be a hell of a matchup this week.
Yeah.
With some real stakes.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe just talk about those stakes a little bit. I mean, what do you foresee for these teams going forward here?
Yeah, I mean, you mean for the season or this week?
Let's just go ahead and talk about this week. I mean, I see 1 3-6 team and 1 6-3 team, so it seems like this is kind of.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Jason's a must win. When I look at Jesse's team, I see, I really actually kind of like Eli in this spot. I mean, as much as you can like Eli Manning. But, I mean, he's got Kirk Cousins. I mean, San Francisco just gave up, 18 points to Drew Stanton in the first half last week. I mean, they're talking about getting rid of Eli. Eli's got to come out and score some points to keep his job, to keep his streak going. I think, if there's ever a time to like Eli, it's got to be now. So I kind of like him in that spot. When I go through the rest of the team, I mean, how's Zeke even still playing?
That's a very good question. That's a
Do you
very good.
understand how he's still playing football?
I don't. And what's amazing, I was actually talking to the owner of Shake and Bake yesterday
Mm-hmm.
about this. Is he's the number 2 running back? Despite every week not knowing if he's going to be able to play. So testament to him there. But yeah,
Right. Yeah,
I,
definitely. But I actually kind of like League. I love, just normally I had him. I owned him in a league last year. Helped me win the league. But the thing is, Zeke this year he's number 2. But when you're having to roster 3 guys, I mean, you can look at Jesse's team and you can see he's hurting elsewhere because he hasn't been able to fill his team. The way he needs to because he's carrying Alfred Morris and DMC half the season.
Yeah, it's tough when you're carrying 3 running backs from the same team. That's difficult. So.
But looking at the rest of Jesse's team, we got Aaron Jones here. Chicago. I kind of like him to maybe get back a little bit this week. I don't know. They've got to run the ball. Chicago's sneaky good against the pass. Last 3 weeks,
Chicago has a pretty good defense. They're actually pretty decent defense.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and Drew Brees scored 12 against them. Cam scored 7. Flacco 6. That's their last 3 weeks. So Aaron Jones has got to get big. He's going to get some points for Jesse. He's got to get points somewhere here. I mean, where are they going to come from? I mean, he's got Golden Tate and Amir Abdullah against Cleveland. Obviously, Cleveland's not good at football. One of the, he's going to get at least 1 touchdown out of those. I know you're a big Golden Tate fan, Nathan.
I like Golden Tate this week, actually. He's in a pretty good spot there. I just question the upside, which you never really know what Golden Tate's upside is, but Cleveland, as you said, they're bad at football. And I think they're trying.
He's going to get at least 1 or 2 touchdowns there, don't you think? Those 2 guys?
Yeah, I think, and the thing that concerns me too is last week, I just saw the Green Bay touches. I mean, Aaron Jones is straight chopping touches at Chicago. And I know you're a fan of a running back on the Bears that, could touch it 35 times this week. So, I think it's a difficult spot. Let's take a look at the lollipop here. Trampus, we still have about 3 minutes on the show, and again, hey, I want to thank you for your services and helping us bring the show every week as well. So,
for sure, yeah, hey, happy to contribute. My quick thoughts on it: Drew Brees, I think they don't have to throw the ball anymore. The quarterback's going to get it. Luckily, he has Alvin Kamara, and when I really look at it, this matchup's going to come down to Zeke versus Alvin Kamara. Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds crazy, but whoever wins that battle is going to win this week because Jason's got his wide receivers. They're big names, but they have crappy quarterbacks.
Right.
DeMarco Murray, Doug Martin. Like, what are you going to get from DeMarco Murray? And Henry's better than he is.
Uh-oh.
Martin is, he's what are you going to get? You kind of like the Steelers defense here. Charles Clay is Jesse's favorite tight end, probably, and he's going against him, so it's a revenge match for Charles Clay against his former owner.
Yeah.
Gotta like that.
Could see that.
Yeah, I mean, Jason, if I could find a way to get out Larry Fitzgerald and Charles Clay, I would do it. I don't really like Fitz. Charles Clay, his first game back, New Orleans, I don't know. I mean, Tyler Kroft, I prefer. He has him on the bench. I kind of like him more. But yeah, I mean, the game to me comes down to maybe Zeke versus Kamara. I think whoever wins this matchup wins the week. But really, we got a pillow fight here. It's going to be a pillow fight. But if Jason loses this week, is where the playoffs become so much more difficult. I think he's got to win. For me, I don't know about you, Nathan. Jason's my lock of the week.
That's what I was just going to ask you. I think we make this the lock of the week. I like Jason. I think he just has a heart inside him that beats pretty passionately. By the way, do you think Jason is going to be able to get into his house tonight? Do you think he'll have keys to be able to get in the garage? Or?
Yeah, it seems unlikely that he's going to have keys. I mean, maybe Blake has some, but I doubt he has any. There's another thing that Jesse may not get to play in this matchup this week. I heard the commissioner's office is investigating a crime spree from June and July of 2004 when Jesse was in college. Much like Zeke, like I said, it happened when he was in college, but I know the commissioner's offices will not put up with this. However, I'm sure some state will be interviewed. Jesse will get to continue to participate. But who knows?
Yeah, we'll certainly be reaching out to you to help us dig into that. You may have more evidence from 2004 than we have. I think just to add on, I think it's Zach Ertz not playing for Lollipop this week for the second week in a row. That's gonna hurt him a little bit, but
he's got to trade him this week.
Yeah, well, he's got a little less than 3 hours to do so. So maybe you should go get you some Zach Ertz. Trampus, thank you for being on the show. It's an honor, and we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. It's an honor. Thank you. Bye.
All righty. That's the law offices of Tesler, Adler, Whalen. Their best lawyer, Trampus Whalen, joining the show today. Good luck to everybody this week. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Lollipop Guild, Lock of the Week, taking down Shake. Deuces.